So, folks, we need to talk about the fact that Donald Trump's brain has just been completely and utterly and irrevocably broken by everything that's happening with his reflecting pool and just in general. Like, he's not doing well. Like, I think he's kind of going brain dead. Not like 24/7 brain dead, but like the soup brain is becoming more advanced. He's worse than Biden at his Bidenest. And like, I don't know, guys. Like, I think that when you are doing a press conference for, signing an executive order to supposedly help military families, and you instead go on just insane diatribes, I think that that's maybe like a sign that you're not doing okay.
I said it the other day, and it maybe doesn't sound that important, but when a country goes bad, like look at the blue cities, what do they have in common aside from massive crime? Much more crime. The Republicans have very little crime. But what do the blue cities have in mind? And also you can say this with nations when they go bad. The blue cities have something in common: crime, high crime, vicious, violent crime. But what do they have in common? They're all dirty. They're filthy dirty. Their streets are dirty. Their streets smell. Their storefronts are broken. Their trees are all gross. Everything about the place is dirty. And I don't want to mention any specific city. It's really all of them. But you go into these cities that are blue, they're crime-ridden, and they're filthy dirty. They're like Washington, D.C. was a year and a half ago with graffiti. I said it.
Like, that's just kind of crazy, right? Like, the trees are dirty? The trees are dirtier in Democrat cities? Also, they're crime-ridden? Literally, the crime rate is higher in red states. Like, the murder rate is higher in red states. And in the cities that happen to have Republican leadership, like, their crime rate is higher. Like, dude's just, like, lying. And honestly, like, the reason, like, red states have worse problems is because less tax money is going in to pay for like things like infrastructure, like that keep people safe. People don't really think about infrastructure keeping them safe, but like well-lit roads, like they do a lot to deter crime. In some parts of like the University of Minnesota campus, for example, there are like emergency buttons you can go and press if like you're getting stalked or like attacked or something that will then call security to your position. But like you don't get that out in the sticks. Like there's no like support structure or like witnesses in public to deter criminals if you're in a rural part of the country.
Actually, Trump can't lie cause he doesn't know what he's talking about.
That was unironically Ben Shapiro's argument. It hasn't been his argument recently, but during Trump 1, his argument was that Trump was too incompetent to actually lie. Yeah, I know people forget about this because it was, years ago, but the big thing around his impeachment was essentially like, oh, well, he couldn't have possibly been doing quid pro quo because he's just too stupid to actually have the intent of doing a quid pro quo. Like, that was actually Ben Shapiro's argument. I remember it because it was insane. But, like, here he is. Again, same press conference.
Would you consider going to Congress if they come in and try to roll it back, the new Democratic mayor?
When you had a mayor who's, I guess she's a communist. I mean, she says she's a socialist, but I guess she's a communist based on what she says. But I have not met her yet. I look forward to meeting her. Would I federalize? Basically, you're saying federalize DC. Yeah, well, I'm allowed to do that. Would I do it? If they want to, we took something that was in deep trouble. It was a graffiti-filled, crime-filled mess. We turned it into Shangri-La. We turned it into a great place. Look outside. Look what's happening. Look at.
I gotta be completely honest with you. I have no idea what he's talking about. Like the mayor of Washington D.C., as far as I know, unless something has happened that I'm completely unaware of, is Muriel Bowser. And like, I haven't heard anything about her being a communist or a socialist or anything like that. The main thing that I've heard about her is that she's refused to sign a budget. Like that's, I'm guessing that is what is at issue here. But like, I do have to reinforce here that that's my guess. I don't know what he's talking about when he's talking about how he made DC look like Shangri-La, because he isn't involved in running Washington, D.C. The only thing he's done to DC is knock down national treasures and like I don't know, like deployed the National Guard to like fight some kind of crime epidemic that was invisible. But okay, yeah, maybe he had the National Guard cleaning the trees, and that's why they're all so clean now. Anyway, I do want to emphasize this was all of these clips are from a press conference he gave around signing an executive order to support military families.
They have a problem with immigration. They have a problem with energy. You have windmills all over the place. Windmills, you lose your shirt. Any country with windmills is a loser, okay? You just have to look. If they have windmills, they're a loser. Because you lose money with windmills.
This, like, one, when he's talking about wind turbines, which are not windmills. Wind turbines generate energy. Windmills mill grain. That's why they are called wind mills. I'm so tired. But also, here's just a fancy little chart, from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, clearly a communist organization here. Net generation wind, all sectors monthly. And you'll see here the some of the top generators of wind energy in the country are Iowa and Texas. I guess they must be losers because of all their wind power generation. You know why he's so salty about wind turbines? My understanding is that he's salty about wind turbines because he doesn't like that there have been government projects to build wind turbines offshore that would mess with views from his golf courses. That's what I have heard in the past. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I don't know if he remembers that being the case anymore. His brain is too mushy to actually like ascertain why he thinks about these things. But my understanding is that he's salty because of golf course potential. He's just a really normal guy, just a super normal guy at a press conference for military families. And, that's why he's talking like this.
Yeah, that was the one mistake with the reflecting pond. They hadn't put up the cameras yet. They had enough up because you see what's happening. But if they would have had them up, we would have had it would have been a lot easier. And I was disappointed with Jeanine Pirro, really disappointed with Jeanine Pirro. She folded like an umbrella, and people get away with things, and it's a disgrace. But we're very proud of Lafayette Park. Now we have a big decision to make. Do we take the pavers that are red, the red brick pavers, and do we change them into a granite? It's a gray granite, they're beautiful, but they're not the original. So we're going to have to make that decision. You have a good sense of taste. What would you do? Huh?
Yes, change it.
You would change the red brick into the granite.
Heartbeat.
The granite is much stronger, holds up much better, different color.
Legacy.
Yeah, that was the one mistake.
Yeah, that's the big decision the president has to make. Which paving stones in a specific part of DC need to be changed for sure. Yeah, that's the most important job the president has right now. At this press conference for the signing of an executive order that supports military families, that the big decision is definitely whether you have granite or red tiling, red pavers. For sure. But also, like, oh, yeah, we should have had cameras up. That would have made everything easier. But I'm really disappointed in Jeanine Pirro for not getting a prosecution done. How dare she? How dare Jeanine Pirro? It's almost like she's not an experienced lawyer and is instead a quasi-drunk Fox News host. Anyway, about the evidence he would have brought against these supposed perpetrators of vandalism.
Beautiful. Now, we have photographs or tapes, like moving cameras, right? We have them where people are on the side cutting it with a box knife. So now I'm not saying I was 100% thrilled with the contractor, but the contractor was rushing. We wanted to get it open for July 4th, and we got it done. But in addition, there was vandalism. Beautiful. Now,
like, it's incredible.
I kind of like red brick roads. It reminds me of a place I've never been from a time I never was.
Like, it. I do not care about paving stones. I don't care. Like, I can't express to you appropriately how little I care. But I'm going to play this montage for you guys, and then we're going to go back to that clip we just played, because I really want to hammer home here that he's now shifting. He's now saying, oh, well, you know, the contractor was really pressed for time, and, you know, I wasn't really happy with them. But it was vandalism, though, too, which is, you know, a little bit of a departure from his other statements in the past.
We had vandalism. No, vandals. You know, we have I think 290, 300-foot slit right through it. Probably a box cutter or a knife of some kind. Somebody went in with a knife and cut it. They cut it up good, and then they cut a 200, 350-foot slip in the form of lots of little slips. Real horrible stuff. They took razors and they started cutting this, you know, very expensive stuff. We caught some people vandalizing our beautiful reflecting pool. They tried to destroy it. They cut it up with a box knife and tried to destroy it.
Not true. He said this for weeks, and earlier this month.
Like, the thing is, you put Jeanine Pirro in charge of prosecuting this, and then, like, had no evidence. So now he's going out there and trying to talk about all the evidence that they have, but, like, he can't remember how to talk about photos, videos, or the associated technology for recording them, which then has his entire ass brain shut down live. Watch this. Just watch it again. You can literally see him not able to figure it out.
beautiful. Now, we have photographs or tapes, like moving cameras, right? We have them where people are on the side cutting it with a box knife.
Wow. So you have photographs and video of people vandalizing the reflecting pool. Now, I do want to point out here, if this was even remotely true, the Trump administration would have released it immediately. Immediately.
My understanding is Trump drove the beast on the pool, which broke the sealant, and then the hydrogen peroxide chipped the paint. He did all of this.
It's true. Probably not. But thank you for the $5 dono, Nathan. Like, he can't remember how to talk about having videos of people, even when he's trying to lie.
Was it? So now I'm not saying I was 100% thrilled with the contractor.
Oh, wait, I thought the contractor did a perfect, pristine job. No. You see, he wasn't 100% thrilled with the contractor, but it was really the vandals, though.
But the contractor was rushing. We wanted to get it open for July 4th. and we got it done. But in addition, there was vandalism. Beautiful.
And we have all the proof, but we couldn't bring a case, but we have all the proof. And can you see it? No, the press can't see our proof. That would be ridiculous. Now, of course, some people have some follow-up questions about that Jeanine Pirro comment he made earlier. And of course they ask him about it, and you'll never believe how he responds.
To Jeanine. And frankly, I think she choked, because the judge was really vicious. Instead of going after the people that did it, the judge went after her and went after her department. And I guess she choked. I don't know what the hell happened.
Are you reconsidering her role?
I don't know what you don't. You're fake news. Don't ever talk again. You're fake news. One of the worst in the business. Fortunately, nobody watches you. But
that's a really normal reaction. Like you're talking about how she failed at something that's very clearly important to you, and someone asks, "Is she going to keep her job?" And his response is just, "Shut the fuck up. Who gave you permission to speak? Never talk again." And it's just like, this man is riddled with holes in his brain. If you told me tomorrow that it turns out somehow he'd been infected with mad cow disease and had like prion holes in his brain, I'd believe you. This dude is riddled with brain holes. It's crazy. And also, we do have an update on Jeanine Pirro. She was seen earlier today leaving the West Wing of the White House. And this is the photograph that got proliferated online. She's leaving with a suitcase and a box. So it certainly looks like she's been fired. Like, it certainly looks like she is no longer employed. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because Donald Trump is just very, he's very competitive. He has to get his anger out and frustration out somehow. And of course, that means he's got to post his Truth Social W's. The winning shot in the Bedminster Club Championship. Thank you very much to all of those who participated. I won with a score of 70, and I'm so honored in that, unlike the rest of the field, I'm given very little time to practice because I'm focused on many other things. It's called talent, and I have it, and they don't. President Donald J. Trump, I can't. It's well known he cheats at golf. Of course he cheated, guys. He's like a bajillion years old. He's a bajillion years old and the president. And everyone knows that if he sucked at golf and someone told him, he'd like have them disappeared by the CIA. Like, and that's barely a joke on my part. Like, this man is just gone. Like, gone. A score of 70 in golf is pretty fucking bad. Yeah. Which means it took some work from other people playing in order to do worse, right? I do think that maybe what happens in these tournaments is that they let him go like play first in a display of honor, and then everyone else who plays after him in the tournament does worse on purpose in order to then congratulate him on how good he is at golf. That would be my guess, because all these people who surround him are quislings who want to, like, curry favor, you know?
Major this energy.
Major this energy? It's true. Incredible stuff. Oh god. I mean, I was thinking this one. I was thinking like this is basically Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump is literally this guy. Just if you made this guy president and he continued being mediocre in every conceivable way. It's just this ad nauseum all day, every day, and like, God, is it exhausting to have the biggest loser as president of the United States. Don't bite metals, it's okay. We let him do it as a joke. Especially the heavy metals. I'm sure they've started putting fake beards and glasses on people he disappears at this point, only because the logistics of replacing them must be outrageous. Yeah, exactly. 100% Zyros. Oh. God, everything is so stupid. What really bothers me is that I think I'd be more, not like more okay with it, but like it would make way more sense and have me be more hopeful for the future if like conservatives could also look at Donald Trump and recognize him as being like a con artist and like a charlatan and like a lying dipshit and like a completely unremarkable and untalented hack. I would be a lot more comfortable if we could live in a shared reality that acknowledged basic facts like that. But like they're all taken in. They think this guy is like somehow touched by God. It's crazy. After 10 years, I'm so damn tired of his shit. So fucking tired. I mean, the good news is we're almost halfway through this term. I remember when Trump said he was smarter than scientists because he had a family member who worked at MIT. Well, it's because he genuinely thinks intelligence is genetic. And so if he had a family member that worked at MIT, that means he has all of that expertise in him somehow. Because like, you know, he's a stupid moron. Karen L, you as a mod, you can just post the link in chat. I rarely have mod chat.
Why are
open.
those windmills out there and people laughed at him, which he never forgot?
I mean, like it could be that like he got cucked by like he got cucked by like a wind turbine one time. It's not outside the range of possibility. We just live in dog shit times. All right. Folks, if you want to dig us out, help dig us out of dog shit times, join your local Dems, join your local DSA, get involved in local political organizing because we need to build up that power in order to, you know, make a better world possible for us and the people we care about. So join your local Dems, join your local DSA. If you need help, join our Discord, reach out to GamerG for help joining DSA, reach out to Dragonfly for help joining your local Dems. We can help you take your first steps. It's really, really great. And folks, got anything out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Comments really, really help in the algorithm. Stone Corbell, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub and financially supporting the stream. Very much appreciated. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com, gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes, tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks. It is comfortable, sexy, non-tucking lingerie. Go check it out. ImogeneOlivia.com, link down in the description. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat deck is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, dating, plenty more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack